Welcome back, everybody. What you see before you is Everdell. This is going to be game number 2 for me out of 20. Game number 1 being viticulture. And several reasons why I am picking Everdell. One is that this is one of my favorite games from 2019 to play solo. It is very quick. It's very straightforward, but there's a lot of variety in the cards that come out and the strategy you have to implement. But the AI system is very simple, very straightforward, and so it just plays really quickly. The artwork is beautiful. It's a fun game to look at. Normally there's the big tree up here, but it just didn't make as much sense having it up there while shooting the video. So this game is one that I wanted to choose for all of those reasons, but also because I can get several gameplays in an evening to help balance out the 400 games in 365 days. So what I'm going to attempt to do is play through the solo campaign per se, where you go against 3 years versus Rugwort, and he's the AI character, and you essentially he's increasing in difficulty as you go along. For those of you who are not familiar with Everdell Solo mode, essentially Rugwort is just going to block spaces for an entire season, and that's all he does. And then every time I build something, will roll this 8-sided die, and he will claim whatever card corresponds with that number 1 through 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I basically can have a rough idea of the point scale that he's getting to. He doesn't get all these additional things from any constructions or people that he builds. He basically is just going off of victory points. So this first video is just going to be the introductory game, which most people play solo, and then we will move on to year 2 and year 3 in subsequent videos here. And we'll see if we can get through all of them tonight, but I'm going to break them up into separate videos. I know that you might not be able to read them that well. I kind of rearranged stuff so that it could be in the shot, but this one I'm looking for the cemetery and the shepherd. This one I'm looking for the shopkeeper and the post office. I'm looking for the peddler and the general store, and the lookout and the miner mole. So just those are stuff to keep in mind. My starting hand here is the wood carver, who goes along with the storehouse. That's not anywhere in here. The mine, which goes with the miner mole, who I don't have or see, but I do need the miner mole here. The crane, which is very helpful to get started, so this will probably be one of the first things I focus on. The judge, who goes along with the courthouse, and the teacher, who goes along with the school. So I don't really have any obvious matches right off the bat here, which can be tricky, but we'll probably go with attempting to build the crane and then work from there. So the crane, I need 1 stone, and this card over here says discard any card, then draw 2 for every card discarded, but it's being blocked by Rugwort. Rugwort's also blocking the 3 twigs right now. This one says 1 twig, 1 resin, and 1 berry, no stone. And this one is 2 resin and 1 twig, again, no stone. So I need 1 stone, so I am simply going to send my guy right here and get me a stone. All right. And then I am going to play the crane for 1 stone, so I'm going to give it right back. And at this point, I have built a card or invited someone, so I have to roll this dice, and he gets the farm, which kind of stinks because the wife was here, but that's all right. I'm gonna put that off camera there, and then I will immediately fill that spot with another crane. So that might be interesting to have. Something to keep in mind is that these spaces, this top row, will eventually be covered up by Rugwort. So if I want the castle, I better get it this season I doubt I can do it, but the crane I'll have to get in the second season or the next season, or else it'll get covered up after that. So, oh, let's see here. What do I want to build now? I don't really have any matches. I need to draw some cards, really. I've got my crane that can allow me to spend 3 fewer resources, but I don't have any right now. Woodcarver, shopkeeper, chip sweep, and play critter or construction from the meadow for 3 fewer. This one might be pretty handy to have. I don't need the innkeeper though for any of my things. Lookout. Nope, don't have that. General store. That is out here, but that's not utilizing this. Shopkeeper and post office, cemetery and shepherd. So I think I am going to use this. I'm going to discard the crane. I'll just stick that there. And I'm going to build the inn. This will allow me to do something similar to the crane, but this isn't going to go away. And if I get the innkeeper, it will be for free. But what it also does is brings me out another card, and it's the monastery. And again, that doesn't really do me any good. But I built something, so let's see what Rugwort takes away. And Rugwort takes away the wife. Now, normally that would give me bonus for having the farm, the wife, and if you paired it with the husband, it'd give you a nice endgame bonus. But for Rugwort, it doesn't do anything but give him the 2 standard victory points. All right, so there's the postal pigeon. We need the post office, which we don't have. We don't need the postal pigeon. So again, we're still kind of stuck. I do have one more character here. If I want to build the general store, I need a resin and a stone, which I cannot get with just one take. So I think the best option here is going to be to take a card. So I'm going to go here. I'm going to take a resin to look towards the general store in the future, and I'm going to draw a card. And I got the twig barge, which can give me the barge toad. But again, I don't need any of that. So rough going so far here. I have nothing else I can play, so we are going to pass along to the next season. I don't have any green structures or people to take advantage of, so I'm just going to retrieve my workers here. Rugwort gets his, and then Rugwort moves to meadow card number 1. He moves here, and then he moves to 3 twigs to the 2 resin locations. So he blocks right there. And I get my 3rd guy. Okay. And so let's see what we want to do now. Again, I don't really have any set strategy here moving forward. I've got a lot of people in my hands. I do need the mine and the miner mole, but let's go ahead and try and get the general store out of the way here. I like, when I'm stuck, I like purchasing from the meadow or building from the meadow, because then I can add another card. If I build something out of my hand, I don't replenish it. So let's go again for 1 stone. So we're going to go back right here, take 1 stone, and then I'm going to just trade these in right back to build the general store. Now this is going to allow me to gain 1 berry. If you have a farm in your city, gain 1 additional berry, which I don't, but at least gives me something here. So there's my berry. And I've got the shopkeeper. Perfect. Now all I need to do is get through Rugwort's roll here. So no 6. 7. Woo! So he takes the wanderer, which would have gone with the lookout. I need the lookout, but I don't need the wanderer, so that's not the end of the world. And he's a common critter, so we may see him again. There's another wife. Alright, so obviously now I am going to use the ability of the general store to bring about the shopkeeper. So I will take this, I will cover it up, and I will bring on the shopkeeper right here, and that it's going to allow me to gain 1 after you play a critter, so I'm gonna have to remember that's there. But so I have my general store and my shopkeeper, both of them. 1 goes here and 1 goes here, so now I'm looking for the post office and the peddler. Let's see what this fills. Ooh, the husband. All right, and let's see what Rugwort takes. 8. So he takes the Evertree, which is okay, because even though this is 5, it doesn't count as 5. It's only, I think it counts as 2 or 3 at the end, because it's a purple one, but I don't think he's going to get the full 5. So let's see what he reveals here. And it's another inn, so I don't need the inn. Gain 1 if paired with wife, and if you have at least 1 farm. Paired with the husband. So it'd be nice if I could see a farm come out. All right. So again, I'm kind of stuck. I might go ahead and snag the wife in case a farm comes out. I don't really have any other direction to go. I could build the mine, but it's in my hand, so I don't have to worry about it being stolen by Rugwort. So let's do that. Actually, let's do something else. Let me go here. I am going to come here, and I'm going to discard the twin barge, because I really don't need it. There's no barge toad. I'd have to pay for it. It's not a person, so I'm not going to get it for free. And I get to draw 2 for every card discarded. So let's see what I got. I got the resin refinery, which goes along with the chip sweep, so that's nice. And I got the doctor, who goes along with the university. So that's not as helpful. So this at least gives me something to go towards. So again, resin refinery is resin and a stone. That has been the name of the game today, and I've already gone to my 1 stone. That's blocked anyways. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. All right, so the question is, do I go resin and get a card, or do I get 2 resin and a twig? I'm gonna need more resin and a twig, so I think I'm gonna go here. 2 resin and a twig. Alright, so I'm gonna put those there. I have not built anything, so Rugwort doesn't do anything. He certainly doesn't have any of the criteria. He's got 2 purples, that's the most he has, and that doesn't fill any of those. I don't have anything to take up there either. Excuse me 1 second. Sorry about that. All right, so we are going to move on to the next phase here. I am going to take my people back, and I am going to get this guy. Rugwort's now blocking the crane. I didn't build the crane, which is okay. Rugwort now goes over here, blocks this, and let me just make sure. Yeah, he blocks the 1 pebble location, which I have used every season. And during this season, I don't activate green cards. What I get to do is draw 2 cards from the meadow into my hand. So let's think about this. I want the chip sweep because I have the resin refinery and I don't want to lose this. And I've always played, I have to choose from what's here. I don't get to replenish. If you guys feel like that's incorrect, then please feel free to let me know. But let's see here. Do I want the postal pigeon? Because that would be free if I find the post office. Or do I want the husband? If I can find a farm. Let's do that, because the postal pigeon is not going to get me any points at the end of the game. So let's take the husband. We'll try and build the wife here at some point, maybe. And we will replenish what we got here. So another teacher, don't need him, and a ranger for the dungeon, don't need him. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Okay. All right. So moving forward now, our goal is to build, well, for strictly points, the resin refinery will allow me to build the chip sweep, both of which will pull some cards off of here and change up what we can see. Again, right now we're looking for the peddler or the general store. Also, if I can build these two, and then maybe the mine or something, one other green one, I can get the Harvest Festival event. Okay, so let's go towards that route. The only problem is that this one needs a stone, and the only stone option is being blocked. I could discard 2 cards from hand. Maybe I'll do that. Alright, so I'm going to go down to the Haven. This allows me to discard cards from hand, and I can gain any 1 resource for every 2 cards discarded. So I don't need the university. I don't need the wood carver. I don't need the school. I don't need the courthouse. So this is 4 cards that I'm going to discard because I don't really need any of these to get to these 4 cards up here. That's going to allow me to gain 2 resources, and I'm just going to go ahead and take 2 stone because he's blocking that, and that makes it impossible. Alright, so now I have what I need to build the resin refinery. So I'm going to put 1 back, and technically it would take a resin to play or to build, but I'm going to gain 1 back, so I'm not even going to bother dropping that in. So there you go. And then Rugwort needs to go. Let's see what he takes. He's going to take my wife. Oh. Alright, that's alright. He does have 3 purples now. You can see he's got 3 purples, 1 green, and 1 kind of grayish backpack symbol. Let's see what he brings out. Post office. Okay, so there we go. We know what we need next. So instead of, I've got the chip sweep in my hand, but that can't be taken away from me, and I need the post office to go along with the shopkeeper in order to get this card. So that is what we will do next. It costs, okay, so I could play this here, play a guy here, or I could just pay for it. Let's do that. Let's put a guy over here on my end, play a critter or construction from the meadow, which I'm doing for 3 fewer, which would make this absolutely free. So I'm going to play the post office now. Let's kind of scoot these as best I can so you can see them. So here's the post office. We got to fill this up. Chapel, I don't need. Let's see what Rugwort takes. He has taken the postal pigeon. Oh, steals that right out from under me, which is kind of obnoxious. And the peddler, I do need the peddler. Okay, all right, so we've got some stuff going on finally here. Let me think about what needs to happen next. I now have the post office and the shopkeeper, so I can claim this guy. When achieved, you may give opponents up to a total of 3. For each donation, gain 2. You know, it's really kind of bogus because it doesn't help me at all playing solo, but it keeps Rugwort from scoring those points at the end of the game. So let's see here. I need the peddler. He goes along with the ruins, which aren't out here. I don't have, and so I'm going to need 1 more berry. Right now, Rugwort isn't building or bringing people in because I'm not building or bringing people in, so I can safely put this guy, and we're going to go right here to get a berry and a card. And I got a mine, which I already had in my hand, so Don't really need that, but that's fine. I've got my 2 berries, and I can welcome the peddler, who allows me to, you may pay up to 2 of anything to gain an equal amount of anything. So, fair swap. All right, so now I've got the peddler and the general store. So next round I can play that. Let's see what comes in its place. Here's the farm, which I have the husband. So if I can play the farm, I need a wood. Next round for free, bring the husband, and he's gonna take the monastery. All right, let's see what we get. Oh, the historian, and the clock tower. That doesn't do me any good. Okay, so at this point, let me just check and make sure. You may pay up to 2. So I could just pay 1 and gain an equal amount. So I could get the farm here if I trade in a resin for a wood, right? So I just got this guy, so I can go ahead and do that. And that will allow me to trade in 2 wood, 1 resin to get the farm, which allows me to gain 1 berry. All right, so I built another structure, chapel. Don't need the chapel. Oh, I got 2 chapels. 6, so he's taking the ranger. Now I do need to check here. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got what it takes to get this next time. Let's see if he's got anything. Okay, so he does. He's got now 1, 2, 3 of these backpack symbols. So at the end of this round, he is gonna take this, unless I can steal it, but I can't. I have no people here. All right, so the shepherd goes along with the chapel. Oh, do I need the shepherd? I do, if I can get the cemetery. So he's kind of interesting. All right. And now, just to see some more cards, I am going to play the husband for free. I'm gonna tuck him over here. I know you guys can't see that, but I'll go ahead and cover it up. And the husband allows me to gain 1 if paired with a wife, and you have at least 1 farm in your city. So he's not paired with the wife. So he's just getting me victory points at this point. So I've got my 2 resources here. I think at this point I'm done. Can't do anything else. I really wish I had just paid for my stuff earlier and had this guy back. But oh well. Alright, so let's bring everybody back. I'm missing something. Here we go. This guy goes over here now. These other 2 are basically blocking this entire top row, but that's fine. I didn't need any of them. And this last guy is going to cover up the berry and the card location, and I get these 2 guys. And I get to activate all of my green things, and I get to activate them in whatever order I so choose. So I've got my gain 1. I don't have it paired with a wife. Ooh, you know what? I have been forgetting to gain 1 after I play a critter. Which 1, 2. Some of you out there may cry foul, but I'm gonna do it. Gain 1 if you have a farm in your city. Gain 1 additional 1. So this is gonna get me 2. And so I've got a lot of berries here, but the last thing I'm gonna do is activate my peddler. If I can get them out of here. Squishy little suckers. Alright. So, and a resin. Alright. So what I want to be able to purchase, I want to be able to get the shepherd. So I should keep 3. But I'm going to trade in 2. I could use a wood. So there's one for one. And then I don't really know what I'm gonna need to build like a cemetery. Or the lookout. So let's just go with, let's go with stone, because stone's so hard to come by. All right, so I've taken care of all of my final actions here, and and Rugwort is gonna claim this, so I'm gonna stick this over here by his cards. All right, and this is the final season. This is what I love about this. This game has gone by pretty quickly. I've been sitting here talking. If I hadn't been talking, then I probably would be done by now, but let's see what we want to do. A couple things I need to just claim right off the bat. I need to claim this, so this guy will come back. We'll stick him right here. And I need to claim this, and this says under new management, when achieved, you may place up to 3 items here. For each resin and stone, gain 2 victory points. Ooh, but I don't know. Now, is that resin and stone? Or resin or stone? Because I could probably give up a stone and get 2 victory points. I don't know. What do you guys think? Would there be an or a slash? Well, why would you put up to 3 if you had to pair them up? That third one would be useless. So that's going to be my logic, is that me putting 1 stone on there is going to get me 2 victory points. Or else why would you have 3 if you couldn't put singles on there? Alright, so there's 2 of my guys done now. How close am I? 3 and 3. If I can play 1 more red in, or the chapel, or the castle, the shepherd. If I play the chapel, then I can get the shepherd for free if Rugwort doesn't take him, so maybe we'll go for that. I've got the resin and the stone, and I could put someone here to play critter construction from the meadow for 3 fewer, so let's do that. 2, 1, and 1, so we'll just do 1 of each. So we'll pay 1 wood using the inn here. And we will... Alright, yeah, we'll just stick the chapel over here. This is going to allow me to place 1 victory point on this chapel, then draw 2 cards for each victory point on this chapel. Okay. Alright. We'll see. We'll see. Okay. So I played that. Which means I gotta fill this. I don't need that. And I just hope this is not a 6. A 3. Okay, so he takes the historian out from under himself. And this is the resin refinery, which I don't need, so that's good. Alright, now I am going to claim the shepherd for free from with the chapel. So he's going to go over here, and he allows me to gain 3, then gain 1 for each 1 on the victory point for each. Gain 1 victory point for each victory point on your chapel. Okay, hold on. Hold on. So, how badly do I need victory points? 1 of these guys I need to put over here. So let's just go ahead and do that. That's not going to trigger Rugwort to do anything. At this point, I'm just trying to beat out Rugwort. I don't think... Maybe the cemetery will come up, but this is pretty much lost. I don't have either one of those out. So unless the cemetery comes up in the next few cards... Oh, so let's just go for victory points. Oh, but I don't have any money to spend, so... Wait, no. Alright. Let's think about this. This says place 1 on this chapel, then draw 2 cards for each money on this chapel. So I don't think I have to have it. I think I just get to put it there by sending my person here. You know, it's like act of good faith. I'm sending my person to church. He's going to get a victory point, and I've already sent him a lot. So I get to draw 2 cards. I got the Bard, which goes along with the Theater, and the Storehouse, which goes along with the Wood Carver. Neither one of those I need. Alright, so I've got my 1 on there. Now, let me get the Shepherd for free. So it's going to give me 3 berries, and I'm going to be able to gain a victory point for each victory point on my chapel. So I will cover this up, and he's going to get 1. I'll just put it on his card, and I get 3 berries. So I can purchase a lot of people at this point. What I need to see is the cemetery. So, and I'm going to remember this time, gain 1 if you play a critter. So I have another berry. Woo-wee. Got a lot of berries. Gee, place up to 3 here. I should have done more. Alright. Okay. Ruins. Oh, aren't getting me anything. Okay. So, I invited a critter, so Rugwort's going to take the resin refinery. I don't like this, because if this is like the cemetery, I'm going to be very upset. Or it's the farm, which... No, I already have the farm. I want the wife. Alright. So, I can't get the lookout and the miner mole. I don't know how else to find the cemetery. I guess I could go here and discard everything and hope. But I mean, unless I can pay for the cemetery with this, I don't know how I would get there. Alright, but I got nothing else going on unless I just build the chip sweep. Let's do that before I got so much going on here. Let's invite the chip sweep. So I'm going to pay 3. Oh, I can bring this guy out for free. I forgot about that. I'm going to take my 3 back. I've had a chip sweep sitting in my hand this whole time. I haven't played him because I didn't need to. So I'm going to invite him for free, which allows me to activate 1 in my city. Let's think about what we want to activate here. Gain 1 if paired with a wife. I think we'll activate the Peddler. We'll activate the Peddler, and this is going to allow me to trade in a bunch of, well, up to 2. So a cemetery would be lots of stone, right? Stone. Here I can get... Okay, so let's just... Yeah. Alright, we'll do that. Okay, so I took care of the chip sweep, added him in. It's going to bring out another card. Is it the cemetery? No, it's the historian. So what I want from Rugwort right now is a 5, 6, 7, or 8. 2. So he gets the crane, which is not super helpful. And the bard comes out, so that's okay. Now let's check on his. Does he have 3 blue cards? Do I have 3 blue cards? No, I only have 1. But he's got 1, 2. Uh-oh. Okay, only 2. Alright, so he's not going to take the city monument unless he pulls the historian here. Alright. What do I want to do? I could invite the historian. I could build the ruins for free. I could discard the general store. Just to draw 2 cards. This goes along with the peddler. Maybe we'll do that. this away. I'm discarding this, so I get a resin and a stone. There's the innkeeper, who I could bring in for free. 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So Rugwort is taking the chapel. There's the mine. I already have a mine I could build, so that's not helpful. But I can bring in the innkeeper for free. So let's do that. Why not? And this will give me 2 blues. So I'm pretty close here. When playing a critter, you may discard this innkeeper from your city to decrease the cost by 3. Interesting. Alright. So let's see what comes out. Another farm. Don't need that. It's Rugwort taking. He's taking the farm. Alright. Come on, cemetery. And another farm. Alright. So I think that's what I'm going to do. I'm just going to go ahead and invite the historian and then take my last guy and put it over here. So let's do that. Here's 2. Invite the historian. I get to draw a card after I play a critter or construction. I get a berry for gaining the innkeeper and the historian. Alright. So I invited someone. So this... Oh, I thought that was the cemetery for a second. Rugwort is going to take another farm. And the fool, who I don't like anyways. Alright, so I think I'm just going to stop now. I've got 1, 2, 3, enough for the City Monument event. I will use my last person to come up here and take this. So, 2 points per card, 3 points for each. 3 points for base event achieved. 3 points for each special event achieved. That's for his worker on the journey. Okay. All right. So that's it. The game is over with. Let me count up his cards real quick. It's easiest to put the purples at the end because everything is 2 except for the purples, which are 3. So 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 22, and then 9 is 31. He gets, in this first year, sorry, I gotta just check, he gets 31, 34 for that, and here's 2 more, that he's getting. He gets 3 points each for these. Yes, that I did not achieve. So that's a 40 even, and then he's got his 3 points over here for his journey person. So 43 is what we have to beat here. Gosh, maybe I should have. Yeah, I don't know. Just throwing some stuff out there. All right, so let's see. Going through my cards first. This is gonna give me 2. That gives me nothing. These give me 9. So that's 11. Man, I'm not off to a very good start, am I? 11, 12, 13. Doing a little cleanup. 13, 14, 18, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 25, 27, 28, 30. So not even close. Rugwort crushed me in year 1. I think part of the problem was I was so focused on these up here, and I gave him 6 points by not being able to get 2 of them. But anyway, so there you go. That is year 1 of my Rugwort challenge. We're going to clean this up, set up another one, and at least go into year 2. here and see what we can do. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in a minute.